so this week we have to set the boat up for success for Hurricane Dorian. It's going to actually hit tomorrow, Thursday, here in the DR, and we haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, all the OGs here in Luperon say that it's not going to be that much of an issue, and now that we get closer and closer, it does seem to be pushing a little further east and north. So it's looking like it's going to be a bigger problem for northern Bahamas and central to North Florida, possibly even other states, but it's going to more or less miss us. However, I think we need to do our due diligence here and prepare for whatever stronger winds and swell.
We're going to set up for success. We're not going to be one of those people that just let it ride and then something horrible happens. We're going to get some gas today. What else are we going to do?
We're going to get some extra fuel, some water, probably re-up and get some more ice. We're definitely going to have to get some rum just in case. And a little bit of food, simple things like that, and then set up the mooring a little bit more secure and tie down some sails and some solar panels and stuff like that.
So come along with us. We probably have to get one of those fun moto conchos, so it's gonna be an adventure.
Okay, so here in Luperon, since it's the world's best hurricane hole, or at least the best in the Caribbean, all the fishing boats, all the tankers have been coming in here day by day by day. They're all just crashing into the mangroves and tying up. So, you know, when you see so many boats come in and tie up, it makes you feel good about where you're at, but it also makes you feel the very real possibility of property loss, personal injury, and things like that. So I'm glad that we're out today prepping. We're not getting caught with our panties down. You know, we're here and we're ready. Ow! I almost got ran over. Sorry, guys. You know, gringos like to walk in the middle of the road for no reason here. But we're prepped. We're not getting caught slacking. Check the food provisioning off the list. We got some OJ, we got some bread, we got some huevos, and most importantly, we got the rum.
Alright, so we got all of our packages and things bought and our gasoline. Now it's back to the boat for the labor.
Alright, so I got all my jugs that could fly away in the cockpit where the wind's just gonna go right over and keep it safe, so none of these become cannonballs to my neighbors. And just to have it handy in case something goes buck-ass wild, I always like to have a bucket of like short lines and some tie downs right here, so I can run down and get to these little lines fast in case I got to strap something down real quick, something's popping off too hard. Next, we're going to tie down the boom. The mainsail, I took the head sail and stowed it away. Now we're going to tie down the boom so that when the wind's flying back and forth, it doesn't blow my whole sail up and blow me away.
I'm sure Matt said something before on the channel, but he once had a boat that he let his dad live on after he left, and that boat did sink during a hurricane. And
what was that hurricane's name?
Hurricane Matthew?
It was my namesake, sunk my first boat, but I was not responsible for it. It would have never happened.
The whole top, like he went down later to dive it, and the whole top had separated from the bottom. Wasn't it in 3 pieces?
Yeah. It was in more than 3 pieces.
While we're sitting here tying everything up, all the other cruisers are at a party right now, probably celebrating the hurricane, having a great time, making fun of us, all sitting in the corner laughing at us. But if something goes wrong, guess who's gonna be laughing? I guess I shouldn't be hoping for that. Also, thanks to everyone in the comments who's been worried about us, thinking about us during the hurricane. That means a lot to us, that people out there thinking about us. All right, what's next?
I gotta get this thing tied like that, because
You don't want a gaff to fly 100 miles per hour into our skulls?
no, I do not want the gaff. You know what? I think I'm gonna put the gaff down there, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, because we don't want this bad boy flying around. That's for sure.
All right, next step.
I'm pulling all the chain out so that I can, one, make sure that my anchor chain isn't kinked up or stuck. In case I do have to deploy it in an emergency, it'll come out fast.
Deploy it.
Because one time I did get it all tangled up in there, and I went to throw the anchor down, and I couldn't get it out for a little minute, and it was a kind of a scary time for me. So I'm making sure that my anchor chain's not twisted, and then also I have a rode down at the end of there that I'm going to use as my 3rd safety line for my additional mooring line.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, we're actually on a mooring ball. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I did just find a big tangled up part of my chain as I was pulling it out. When you're on anchor and the boat's swinging around and around and around in circles from currents and wind changes, it'll kind of rotate the chain where the links will kind of bind up and kink, and they get a lot bigger and they don't fly through this pipe that puts it down into the bow of my boat. So if you get a closer look here, Kristen's going to show you what I'm talking about and why it can be problematic. You want to twist it and get all that out.
Alright, as you can see, we have a couple lines down there on the mooring ball. We're just gonna add one more, and I'm gonna lasso it up. Ow, my wrist! That really did hurt.
One thing I'm really looking forward to about this hurricane, not that I'm really looking forward to a hurricane, well, actually 2 things. The waves, hopefully we get some waves. I will be looking forward to that, but the deck is clean, and now the deck's clean, hopefully when we get some rain, I'll be out here with my deck brush in hand.
Scrubbing
the deck, because Luperon's in like the worst drought they've had in a quarter century or something like that. So you'd never dream of using fresh water, and it very rarely has been raining, so we haven't get to clean the decks in a good long while. I might even get Kristen out here if it rains, you know. I might get you out here.
I'll come out of a bikini.
You might need to be out here swabbing the deck, you know. Every time it gets raining, she just wants to curl up with a good book. But yeah, the rain here they desperately need, though. The cows and all that stuff are getting skinny, so if we get a good bit of rain from here or from this storm, it'll be good for us, and it'll be good for the cows.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm looking at all these other boats and no one's setting up for success. So I'm gonna pull out my bumper. So in the middle of the hurricane, I'm gonna run from side to the side, bouncing off everybody else's boat, saying, no, you can't hit me, you can't hit me. What do you guys think about that idea? It's gonna work, right? What are you doing, Matt?
I'm tying down the solar panels so that a big gust doesn't come along and blow away all my power situation.
What do you think about my bumper idea?
I think you're gonna kill it on that bumper idea. I think when it comes to bumpering, you have a lot of talents, you know? And I think
I'm not gonna ask what that even means.
I think you're fearless in the face of danger. and you're you know, you're not gonna be afraid to run out there with that little bumpy bump and start fighting off all of these other boats. And you know, we're all in this together. While you're bumping that off, maybe I'll come over here if my ropes don't work and I'll lay down on these panels to save our power system, our power grid from going down. All right, so here we are. It's the day of, I guess this is probably the closest Dorian's gonna come to the Dominican Republic. I'm walking down to the beach because I'm looking to have a bit of a surf today. Hopefully there's some waves pumping in. It's probably 200 miles from us right now, so I'm hoping that maybe there's just a faraway swell that made its way down to Luperon for me. As you can see behind me, there is no swell. Hell of a long walk for nothing.
Alright guys, so we didn't get any wind. We didn't get any rain. I think we got a little bit of sprinkle last night. And the hurricane's gone, and it's gonna hit America now. So hopefully everybody's safe in America and Florida. But we did do our prep, so it could help other people later on to see some tips and tricks. But leave yours down in the comments below, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.